Hi, welcome to RACV Cape Schanck on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula. My name's Josh Pelham, I'm the executive chef here. So today we're cooking with lamb neck. Lamb neck is a lovely lean cut of meat off the bone, and because it does a lot more work than say a cutlet, it needs to be either slow roasted really low like a pot roast, or you can cover it in liquid and you can braise it for about an hour and a half. And you'll end up with this lovely, rich, warm, gooey braised lamb. The great thing about lamb neck, there isn't much preparation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on our board and just trim any of the loose pieces of skin or meat to give you that lovely shape. Now all this trim, you can use that for a pie, you can make a sauce, you can make a bolognese sauce out of it, a lamb bolognese. But that's basically what you want to end up with, is this beautiful, lovely fillet of lamb. We've teamed up with our friends from the Red Hill Brewery. We're using their Imperial Stout. So it's going to give us that really rich, chocolatey flavour profile to the lamb. So we've got our lamb neck, which we've trimmed and is ready to go. We've got our aromats, our garlic, our bay leaf, our thyme and our peppercorns, our vegetables, which we've kept quite large because we don't want them breaking down during the braising process. We've also obviously got our stout and our stock to cover the meat with whilst braising. Okay, important to preheat your pan. We're going to add a little bit of butter. Season the lamb with salt and pepper really liberally. And we've got that butter nice and foaming now. So these lamb fillets are good to go in. And you can tell your pan's hot when you can hear that sizzle. Now it's going to get really dark caramelization on this lamb. Sear it for about 5 minutes either side, and you can see that caramelization there is exactly what you want. This one right here. Okay, so the lamb has got that lovely golden crust. We're actually going to take it out of the pan now and caramelize our vegetables and our aromats. So I like to try and put the onions face down in the pan. So you get that lovely even caramelization, and this is just going to start now building the flavor profile for you. So the veg is starting to get a really nice golden color to it. We're going to add the aromats. So we've got some thyme, some bay leaves, some garlic, just whole with the skin on, all good, and some black peppercorns. And then we're just going to caramelize that down with the veg now. Okay, so we're going to add our stout now. We're going to add this to that lovely dark color. That's going to deglaze the pan, so it's going to lift all the lovely caramelization off the bottom of the pan, and we're going to reduce that by half. Once that's done, we're going to add the lamb and the stock, and then we're going to braise it for an hour and a half. Okay, so the stout is now reduced by half. We're going to add the lamb back to the pan, and any of the juices that have come out can just be added to the pot as well. Cover with chicken stock, and then just make sure the lamb is submerged in the juice, in the braising liquor. Okay, so we've deglazed the pan, we've added our stock. We're going to cover the pan with tin foil, and we're going to roast that in the oven for about an hour and a half until tender. So with the lamb, we're going to serve this beautiful vegetable. This is available in the autumn and winter months, but can also be used for things like coleslaw or pickles. It's a delicious and versatile vegetable. Today, for this dish, we're going to crust it in eucalyptus and salt and bake it whole. So for the crust, we're going to add the flour, our eucalyptus leaves, and the salt to the blender, and we're going to blend that to a powder before adding the water. Okay, so we've blended our eucalyptus, salt and flour. Now you could substitute the eucalyptus for any herb. You could use rosemary, lemon verbena, thyme, bay leaf, anything like that would be wonderful with this. I'm just going to add the water, and then we're just going to make a dough. So it's just like making a pasta dough. Slowly work in the flour and the water, and it starts to come together. And the final product, you should end up with a lovely eucalyptusy dough, and that will be what we use to form our crust. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that in Glad wrap and refrigerate it for at least half an hour, and then we're going to roll it on a rolling pin and then wrap that around the kohlrabi. Okay, so we've rolled out our dough nice and flat, and now it's time to wrap our kohlrabi. So we place it in the center and we just gently fold it up, until the kohlrabi is completely encased in our dough. Press it on, and you want a couple of gaps in the top just to help keep the steam to come out. Now the reason why we cook it like this is going to help steam and also impart flavour. And we want that really sort of Australian eucalyptus flavour to come through the vegetable. Okay, so the kohlrabi's come out of the oven. What I've done is I've grabbed the serrated knife and I've cut across the top of the kohlrabi just to expose that really soft roasted flesh. And we're going to scoop that out and serve it tableside. So our lamb has been braising for about an hour and a half until soft and tender. We've taken the lamb out of the braising liquor, strained the liquid and reduced it down to a nice sticky glaze. And what we've ended up with is this beautiful glazed lamb neck. Not falling apart, because if it was, it'd be overcooked, but just tender to the touch. RACV Cape Schanck looks forward to welcoming you soon.